Well, this is about the 5th time I've tried to make this video. Please forgive the crappy microphone. It's not wanting to cooperate with me. I'm coming to y'all today because I need some help. Most of you that watch me know that I have a rescue group for unwanted animals, especially cats. Seems like I get way more cats than I do dogs. I live way out in the country, and where I live there is no shelters, and as far as I know there's no rescue groups available to help. So I'm kind of stuck in this position, and I'm doing the best that I can. I need to find a vet in the Tulsa area or Okmulgee area in Oklahoma that would be willing to volunteer services. Even a vet tech would help. Right now I have to just do the best I can on the knowledge that I've gathered throughout my life, having bunches of animals all my life and having to fix them up when they're sick and stuff. However, since things have become increasingly hard to get without prescriptions, it's hard for me to get the correct medicines that I need for these kittens, thus the need for a vet. Plus, you know, there's situations that I really don't know about, and I really need a vet's advice and help. But I do not have money to pay for the oodles of animals that I am taking care of. Right now is like the busiest time of the year. I have oodles and oodles of cats and kittens right now, especially kittens. And the problem that I'm facing right now is I have a problem I've never faced before in kittens, as far as I've had 8 kittens between the ages of a week and 5 weeks old. All of a sudden get weak, won't nurse or eat, and then they die. I try to force feed them formula, and I also have a vitamin high calorie paste that I give them. Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't do a darn bit of good. They just die anyway. I've never seen this before in kittens. Most usually when kittens get sick, they end up with a herpes virus in their eyes, which goes on to the respiratory tract and kills them that way or makes them really sick. And this time it's not that case. They're not having any respiratory problems. They're not having the herpes in the eyes. Their eyes are getting dry because of dehydration, which I keep them moist with some triple antibiotic. And like I said, I've been force feeding them, but some of them will take it and some of them will just fight me like crazy and won't take it, and they end up dying. The best that I've found on the internet that comes close to describing this problem is something called fading kitten syndrome. But there's a lot of debate on what causes it, and I suspect it's kind of a general application as to, you know, what they call fading kitten syndrome, and I'm sure there's a lot of different explanations as to what's going on. But I've never seen this in kittens before, as far as they're not exhibiting any respiratory problems or the herpes virus in their eyes, and just get weak, won't eat, and they die. I'm really making this video in hopes of finding a vet in my area that would volunteer their services. From the ones that I've contacted, that's been a no-go. I guess they're so overwhelmed or whatever the case is, but you know, nobody wants to volunteer. And with the amount of animals that I'm having to deal with out here, I just cannot afford to pay for each and every one of them, you know, for this, that, and the other. It's hard enough just to be able to feed so many and to try to get them spayed and neutered as fast as I can. So if there's any vets out there that might be willing to volunteer their services, or even vet techs, I would surely appreciate hearing from you. And anyone else, breeders or anyone else that have had any kind of dealings with such an illness as what I'm dealing with in these kittens, I would appreciate hearing from you. As a matter of fact, any helpful hints or tips, boy, just email me, post a comment, you know, video response. I would appreciate it. Like I said, I do this rescue because I love animals. and I'm not going to turn one away. And yet there's nowhere in my county to get help for the babies. Oklahoma's sadly behind on helping unwanted homeless animals. And where I live, I think people drive all the way from Tulsa as far as they can and dump them, and they end up at my house. I have mamas come trotting up with little babies, or else they come and they're just ready to burst pregnant the next day. And I do the best I can to get them spayed, neutered, keep them fed, and find homes for them. That's a very daunting task. So, wouldn't you know, the phone has to go off. But anyway, if I could get some responses, I would surely appreciate it. Thank you very much.